The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whether you're new to sales or a lifetime veteran, the Blackbelt Sales Podcast will sharpen your sword and guide you to master the art of sales. And now, here's your host, the ninja himself, Gene Slade.
All right, welcome back. So I've got Don Johnson in the studio. Say good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's tell them again, just in case they're just joining, what we're going to be talking about. And before we do that, guys, if you're joining us live, will you please put live down in the comments? And if you're joining us on a replay, please put replay down in the comments. Man, we really do appreciate it. That's the fee for the show. That's all we ask for when we come in here, to drop these golden nuggets on you at least twice a week. So, Don, what are we talking about again this morning?
Yeah, we said decision fatigue. And, what is decision fatigue? We push our clients so much to say yes, yes, yes. And we know all the sales talk that says small yeses lead to big yeses. But sometimes you just get that mental, you're just tired. And decision fatigue and then going for no. Statistically, people feel safer when they say no. We will say no so much quicker out of our mouths without resistance than we will say yes. So go for the no. Use no to your advantage.
So we're going to talk about how to actually get that to happen and what that looks like. But first, Don, tell me more about decision fatigue. What is decision fatigue and how do we end up getting it?
Yeah, decision fatigue is really when you get in that funk, that mind fog, that almost that COVID brain, as people got coded, labeled a few years ago. You just can't think clearly. You just don't feel confident in your answers. Almost like you've been pushed a little bit into making answers and decisions, and you get into that decision fatigue. Your mind is tired. You don't feel like you're thinking clearly, and you just feel pressured a little bit more. That's what I would call decision fatigue. You're just tired.
And it happens not just in the workplace, right? It happens in our entire life, from the time that we wake up in the morning until the time that we go to sleep. I mean, it could also be as simple as your kids, right? They're asking it. Don't kids constantly ask for stuff over and over and over and over again? And isn't it just so easy to say no and just let it be that? But when you've got to actually sit there and consider the no or the yes, that's where the fatigue begins to set in, right? You can only do that so many times in a day before you're starting to get fatigued and tired of making decisions. And that's why Don's talking about going for the no. So, Don, What could that look like? What could it look like going for the no?
Well, it's setting the questions up where the no is actually the good answer or the answer you want. And we love Chris Voss and a lot of his training. You've done it. We've talked about it a lot, but would it be ridiculous for me to go ahead and set aside tomorrow to go ahead and get this project taken care of? Would it be crazy? Would it be ridiculous? Those are some of his better ones. You can use them a lot, but those are really good. It's easier to feel that I can say no. Would it be ridiculous? No, that's not ridiculous. Let's do it. Right. So, those are some of the great, those are some of the best examples that you have is just let the no's work for you. Because again, think of it in your own life. You will say no without much resistance, much effort, much, kind of like, wait a minute, when I say yes, am I committing to something? I got to think this through. And then my eyes kind of start darting all around trying to think about, am I making a decision that I can't back out of? Oh my God, did he just push me in? I can say no so much quicker and easier. And so
when you're considering that, the stress starts to build up, right?
Yeah. You're like, if I say yes to this, am I, I'm committed. I'm it feels so much more that I've cut off all the choices, but a no just flows out of our body real easy. Just notice that in your own life, that you can say no rather quickly. The example, your kids Mine are grown. I appreciate them. I love them a lot, but they're grown, and it's so much easier. If I say yes, I got to kind of think that through. The questions they might ask, and they don't ask a lot, but the questions they might ask are so much bigger now than they've ever been. So I have to kind of stop and think for a minute. What am I saying yes to? So, but I can say no really easy. And I did teach my son, Chris Voss, in sales training. And it is funny when I hear him say it. I almost want to just say the no just because I'm so, the old proud papa scenario.
Well, karma, dude. This is karma. You know why it's karma, don't you?
Yeah, well, okay.
Why is it karma? Why am I thinking it's karma?
No, I don't know. Tell us.
So,
what do you think?
Don was one of my best clients when he owned his HVAC company, HVAC plumbing, electrical company. And Don and I had been working together. Well, now we've probably been working together, 6 years or so, something like that. And immediately after my very first session, on-site session, when we went to talk about a second session, Don started using my own stuff against me. Right? And he even does it to this day, right? And you know what is being done, but it's still effective, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Still very so. Let's talk. This also actually works in our personal lives. Yes or no?
Definitely.
So, I'll just give them for instance. You're wanting to go out to dinner with your wife. You've got a specific place you'd like to go. Ask her, would you be opposed to us going to XYZ? Exactly. Right? That's going for the no. Mm-hmm. It's really, really easy, right? Mm-hmm. It might not work as good with your wife, but we'll find out, right? Test it out and let me know, guys. I know that I use it constantly with Brittany.
Would it be crazy if I went ahead and got a reservation at Perry's for us?
Yeah, that would never be crazy. That would always be a good decision.
That would be good. We like that place. So, but maybe I didn't say would it be crazy to get a reservation at Jack's because I'm not going there, but that's okay.
Yeah. So what else do we want to say about this morning?
Again, it helps with the decision fatigue. If you push your clients for yes, 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 and even though they may not say yes, they're having to think it. A lot of the ways when we talk about asking questions, we're asking questions that still might be rhetorical questions, or we don't have to get their answer to move on, but they're having to think it. So that is a causing decision. You say, well, they didn't say but yes, but 2 or 3 times, but you asked so many questions that their mind was saying yes, but it just didn't come out their mouth, come across the lips. So the decision fatigue is wonderful. You don't have to start with, knowing that it's there. It's wonderful that you can take action around it. You don't have to start with the go for the no. You can build up through, but you can give them a break through 2/3 into the sales process, let their mind relax with going for the no, and then coming back to what you might do to ask for the order. Give them a little rest in the middle of the sales call rather than feeling pushed. When someone says you're pushy salespeople or all you guys ever want to do is sell us something, it's because you're probably going for yes way too much. Give them a little break. Would it be?
And
would you be opposed?
Problem, right?
Yeah, we're all reading the answer. The
idea that here's what Brittany put up on the screen for those of you who are just in listening mode right now. Decision fatigue is, quote, the idea that after making many decisions, your ability to make more and more decisions over the course of a day becomes worse. I'll say that one more time. The idea that after making many decisions, your ability to make more and more decisions over the course of a day becomes worse, right? And becomes more irritating, doesn't it?
Yes.
You could be doing somebody a favor by not fatiguing them, and they end up having a better night with their significant other and kids.
Certainly. So, again, we want to utilize this. If you're getting people, I got to think about it, which there is script for that, and you find you're being pushed into it, give them a little break. Make them, when they feel overwhelmed. I think we've modified this a little bit, but when clients feel overwhelmed, the answer is no. But really the answer is not no. It's let me think about it. Let me delay. Let me get with you later. It'd be wonderful if people told us no in this business. It's not the no's that drive us crazy. It's not the one they tell us they won't do it. It's the let me call you later at 10 o'clock tomorrow or next week. Let me delay giving you a decision.
I'm dealing with like 3 or 4 of those right now myself, Don. And I just want to call them up and go, yo, why are you making me follow up like 152 times? Like, really? Can't you just make a decision? Tell me no. Like, no is just as acceptable as a yes. Right?
Yeah, perfectly acceptable answer. No is a perfectly acceptable answer. Push them to give you, in that situation, I would much rather get a no, because one, I can figure out how to handle it right now versus the next 2 weeks or the next 2 months. And in your case, sometimes the next 2 years.
Yeah. I've had plenty of people that I've been following up with for 2 or 3 years that still hadn't scratched an order pad. And it's like, I love ringing the bell when it actually does happen, but you've got to have that kind of stickability.
Right. This came up in our morning Lead Ninja Mastermind class. And, I want to thank all the guys who attend that. I mean, 20, 30, I don't know if we get to 40 guys regularly, but nice group on there every Tuesday, Thursday. And it's just constantly reminding the guys to keep, sharpening the sword, right? If you're not sharpening the sword at least 2 hours a week, is this really a craft, or are you just trying to get through? So I wanted us to talk just a minute or two about the upcoming event that is all about sharpening the sword, getting ready for the spring, getting ready for the summer, getting ready for when most of us make the majority of our money. So do we have a video we're talking about?
Yeah, we sure do. And guys, while you're right before we show you this quick video, if you are just tuning in and you're watching this live, will you please put live in the comments? And if you are watching it on a replay, please put replay on the comments. That's just going to help send this out to some more people. That's the fee for us doing the show. So I appreciate you guys in advance doing that and not just listening. Don't be a kangaroo. You guys know what a kangaroo is, right? Kangaroo's somebody whose arms are just long enough to take all your free stuff and shove it in their pouch, but they can't get back around to their wallet, right? In this case, they can't get to the comment button, right?
Right. Yeah.
Live or replay, whatever it is that you're experiencing this in. Also, what Don was just talking about, the mastermind, that is our continuing education program that typically people sign up for after one of our events. But some people actually do come into that without going to one of the events. So if you do want information on how you could have myself and Don be training your guys or some of your guys twice a week and have a full syllabus, a certification outline, to help your guys with indoor air quality, with water treatment, with electrical, with being able to handle I want to think about it. So I got to talk to my spouse. I got to get other quotes. Your price is too high. All of that stuff. Put mastermind down in the comments and somebody will get you some information on that. All right. The meetings are Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern. And it's one-on-one coaching in a group setting. That being said, check this video out. We'll come back and we'll wrap up the show for you.
I'm Jonah Gorlitz. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I've been doing HVAC for about 1.5, 2 years now, and I work for Instant Air out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
Hi, I'm Kim Kay. I work with Leads Nearby, and I've been working with Leads Nearby for over 8 years, and we work with HVAC, electrical, and plumbing contractors.
So my name is Chris Laurentino from Comfort Specialists. We're out of Morris County, New Jersey. And I've been in the industry about 17 years now. I joined the mastermind because it's not just a sales course. Actually, it's not really a sales course at all.
So the reason I joined the mastermind is I've seen some people's results online that
This is different from other events I've been to. I've been to various conference events for quite a few years now.
It's really taught me how to understand and communicate to the customer well. It's actually my second mansion trip.
from the community of how well some people have done, and I really wanted to be a part of that.
This one is the best space. It's the most glamorous space. And it's basically one training that builds upon each other.
Share in that success, and it felt that the best way to achieve that was to actually get here and get involved in the training. And frankly, in my mind, there's no better way to train than in person.
Since I've been in the class since December, my income has improved, my revenue for the company has improved, my customer relations have improved, and my call volume has decreased while the profits and everything else has increased.
Being here is a unique experience that you can't replicate in just a Zoom class. There's so much more that you get out of this.
I mean, other events I've been to, it's a lot of information on a lot of topics, where this is very concentrated. I feel like it allows you to have more focus.
So guys, I'm just going to come right out. I'm going to come right out the bag, and I'm going to drop it. I'm going to let you know that we've got like 4 seats, I think, left. You'll be staying in a 16,000 square foot mansion with us, which you saw on the video. And the seats are $6,500 a piece. If you want your own king suite, I've got a couple of those left, and those are $7,500. I'm just going to let you know what the price is right out the gate. Okay. If you're not making at least $500,000 a year in personal income, you have to be here. You have to come out and you have to see what we have for you, because I'm going to take you to that point. I'm going to take you to that $500,000 a year or more in income when you come out, if you take things seriously. So type down mansion in the comments if you want to get a link sent to you that's got more information on the mansion event. It is the 24th through the 28th. Wednesday is a travel day, Sunday is a travel day. So you're going to show up at 6 p.m. on Wednesday night, and then you'll check out Sunday morning or late Saturday night if you want to get a flight home late. So my cell phone number, if you want to reach out to me directly, text is the best way to do that. My cell phone number is 239-848-6533. 239-848-6533. Don, what else do you want to say about the event? Because Don's going to be there, and Don's really in charge on the 3rd day of taking those technicians and helping them to get the word tracks, but not just the word tracks, the language patterns. Can you talk to me about language patterns, Don, what that means?
Yeah, we'll hear words like scripts and word tracks and even language patterns, but and they get confusing. But when you take word tracks, and put the pausing and the tonality and the emphasis on it, becomes a language pattern, and it sounds totally different. When you just read the words, they take on a different meaning that when you emphasize the meaningful words and pause around them. And there's one phrase in there that we hear a lot. Said, these need to be done in the future. These need to be done in the future. People say it that way. That's the word. Now, these will need to be done in the future. When you hit that will need, it changes the meaning of the whole sentence. So first level, as we always say, 1.0 is learning some word tracks, learning what to say. Second level is learning how to say those. And it's hard to work with someone who on how to say it when they haven't learned what to say yet. So it's a process. But that whole 3rd day is about implementation. People ask, why don't we do this at hotels or a cheaper venue? Are we renting this 16,000 foot mansion and paying a tremendous amount for our own egos? And it's really for the whole process, so we can keep everyone together and we get as much training and good touch points sitting around the pool, where if we were in some training room at a hotel, that everybody just disappears. We stay together, we train, we have meals together, we laugh together. Everything kind of builds and you get twice the amount of the training out of it by sitting around and just role playing around the fire pit or around the pool or again around the table. So
we're spending somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 to 16 hours a day with the participants. And to address I had somebody one time tell me, I don't go to those things because they're just overpriced because of the venues. Well, guess what? When we split up the cost of this place between all of us as participants, it's actually cheaper than us going to a hotel. And I was able to keep my prices lower doing this. And I could make a lot more money if I just held them in hotels and we brought in 100 people, right? But this is more of a family style. Plus, once you get there, you don't have to go anywhere, right? We've got your food, we've got your lodging, we've got everything included inside of that. So if you guys want more information on that, hit Mansion. But I got to say something else about what you were talking about, Don. Guys, finish this sentence for me. It's not what you said. It's how you said it. Have you ever heard this from somebody? This is really what we're talking about on day 3. This is what Don is so freaking good at. He helps you to get the right emphasis on the right words. Now, why is this important? I'm going to give you an example real quick before we end up the show. This is my favorite example. Is that Johnny Cash or Don? Nice, Mike. Hey, Mike.
All in black today.
We miss
Man
you,
in
Mike.
black.
Hey, come back. We want to see you some more.
Yes.
So Zig Ziglar used to actually use a sentence to emphasize how much emphasizing a word changed the meaning of a sentence. All right. So I'm going to say this phrase maybe 6 or 7 times. And the phrase is, I didn't say he beat his wife. Now, when I emphasize a different word, listen to how it changes the meaning, right? So I didn't say he beat his wife. 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 Did you hear how it changed the meaning every time? I didn't say he beat his wife. That guy did. I didn't say he beat his wife. I implied it. I didn't say he beat his wife. This other dude did. I didn't say he beat his wife. He just talked nasty to her. I didn't say he beat his wife. He beat that dude's wife. I didn't say he beat his wife. He beat the dog. Right? It changes the meaning when you put emphasis on one word. And so this is what we call 2.0, Lead Ninja 2.0. And Don is in charge of making sure that he helps you guys get across the finish line on that. So if you guys really, truly want to thrive over the next 6 to 12 months, you want to come out to this next Mansion event. So I know I'm pitching right now, right, Don? But we're teaching at the same time. And this is what we're going to help you with when you come out.
Yeah. It's a great event. We put on every few months. I don't know that we have another one planned because, again, sometimes they pause in the summer a little bit. But right now is when you want to put effort into yourself, into your people, to be prepared when the opportunities come. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And that's how we get lucky in this business is we get ready. And then we notice the opportunities and we take advantage of the situation, take advantage of the opportunities we're given. I love some of the success stories on the videos. We've had some great success stories with guys coming out who are high producers who added.
How old is Jonah?
Yeah.
Jonah was on the video. Jonah's how old?
19 or 20. I think he was about to have a birthday and turn 20. So
yeah. And Jonah, he's doubled his sales in the last year, right? And he made $120,000 this year. He made more than both of his parents combined as a 20-year-old, right? And he's not lying, cheating, or stealing. Everything is ethical and above board. Now, Don, you're talking about some of the other high producers. Who were some of those guys? You don't even have to mention their last names or anything.
Yeah, obviously Billy and Corbin and John, man, the incredible numbers. I'm probably a few other guys I'd love to mention, but those
Eric,
guys,
Brandon.
Yeah, those guys just jump off the page with simple. Just take it simple, follow the procedure, and make money. It's crazy. We always want to say, I can do it better. I can outthink it. If you can say that way, I'll figure a way to do it better. And we're just here to tell you that just get back to the basics and do the basics. And again, one of the biggest basics is write it down on a piece of paper. Write it down. I know that is like, wow, we come on these for some really high end advice, and you're telling me write it down is the advice. It works. Write down on a notepad your prioritized list, and it will work for you so much. And
I love it too when these guys come in that are doing $2-3 million a year, and they're so focused on doing things on the iPad, and we get them to just go ahead and try, and they're like, oh my God, I'm never going back. For instance, John Pinnell this morning, he said that since he came out to the class, 2-3 months ago, $40,000 in additional just breathe easy indoor air quality sales above and beyond what he was already doing. $40K a month. That's $500,000 a year in increase in IAQ at a 65% gross margin. He ended up paying for the class the first week after he left in increased sales that he otherwise wouldn't have gotten. And so if you guys have got a $2-3 million salesperson, Don and I can add $1 million, $2 million to that almost overnight. So that's those guys are going to get you your money back way faster than some of the other guys.
Just with Breathe Easy, just with some of the simple process, you can make a huge difference. I'd love to work with those 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that really don't have any bad habits. They don't have any habits in sales. And they'll just do what you say, and it's amazing that you can get a 20-year-old producing twice as much as the guy's been doing in the business for 20 years and kind of hard-headed or stubborn.
What is it about those guys in the middle, Don? I don't know what it is, but the green guys do really, really well, and then the guys that are doing a couple million, we can really, really help. What is it about those guys, those stubborn, hard-headed guys who've got their feet in the mud?
Yeah. I've tried everything and nothing works is what goes through their head. I've heard it all and nothing works. Well, I believe that's a like the Henry Ford. How is that saying?
You can or can't. You're right.
You're right. Those guys are right. Nothing works for them. Nothing works for them until they realize that they have to kind of release that and give them a positive affirmation every day. Everybody trusts me. Everybody buys from me. I still say it's on the back of the shirt. There it is. Yeah. I still say every morning, everybody trusts me. Everybody hires me 20 times. Yeah. Everybody trusts me. Everybody hires me. And I do every day in every way. I get happier and luckier. And that's I don't know how many times that is. I say it a little bit more. It's about 40 times I say that every morning.
You know what Gary Cox would say about that? He'd say,
tell me.
He'd say you gotta keep saying that because you don't really believe it yet. Who knows, man? Who knows? I say it can't hurt.
Yeah, I might be approaching a year that I have got up every morning and said, everybody trusts me, everybody hires me. Everybody trusts me, everybody hires me. Call it 9 or 10 months. I'm approaching a year that I have literally got up and said that every morning. So I might be crazy, but you know what? I'm happy being crazy. So it's okay.
Amen, man. Guys, thanks for joining us today. We're not going to keep you any longer. I hope that you got something out of this. And look, if you're on one of our platforms that is not a video platform like Spotify or like Apple or SoundCloud or one of these many different platforms that we're on, would you please take a moment if you got any value out of this and leave us a review? Man, that would mean the world to us. We do appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday. We'll be back. Thanks, Don. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Gene. Good to see you.